Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and tend to no understanding. For I give you Ta'ub doctrine, forsake ye not my Torah. For I was my father's son, tender and only Yachid, in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let your heart retain my words, guard my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall guard you. Love her, and she shall keep you. Every man-made religious system in the world enslaves the hearts and minds of men with false teachings and false doctrines. Praise be to Yahuah, who's raised up his remnant in this day, the Qadashayam of Yasharal, to once again walk in the old ways, to understand the living word by the power of Ruach Hakodesh. Come, join us as we walk in the way, the truth, and the life. Praise be to our King, Yahusha HaMashiach. Hallelujah. Come on, Ty. Shabbat Shalom, Mishpaka. This is Yirmiyahu, the Qadashayam of Yasharal, back again with another scripture reading. And we were previously in Ezekiel. We did 1 through 7. We're continuing in chapter 8. And just want to go back and read the last few verses of the previous chapter to remind ourselves of where we were and what we were reading. Destruction comes, and they shall seek shalom, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the Torah shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah. I don't know. Does that sound like the days that we're in? You, honey?
Mm-hmm.
So this part that we were just reading, destruction comes, and they shall seek shalom, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall come upon rumor. Then shall they seek the vision of a prophet, but the Torah shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients. I don't know. Everything I'm reading just makes me think of now and how it relates to now. Do you feel that way too when you hear these things, or is it just me?
No, I do.
And also when it was saying, I will do unto them after their way and according to their deserts. Like it's like you shall reap your just deserts, or reaping what you sow, what they have sown
Mm-hmm.
for themselves.
I've never heard that expression personally. I was like, are you sure it says desserts and not deserts?
I know, right?
I was like,
Well,
what?
it definitely
Desserts?
does. It would make me want to look in different translations sometime and compare how the other ones write.
Mm-hmm.
But you can even take that part out and understand. It says, I will do unto them after their way, according to their works will I judge them.
Right.
I would be really curious to see what the Abrit word is that's in here for desserts. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen later when I'm not recording, but okay. So chapter 8. And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I sat in my house, and the elders of Yahudah sat before me, that the hand of Adonai Yahuah fell there upon me. Then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward fire, and from his loins even upward, as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber. And he put forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock of my head. And the Ruach lifted me up between the earth and the heavens, and brought me in the visions of Elohim to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looks towards the north. There was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provokes jealousy. And behold, the esteem of the Elohai of Yashar'Al was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of Adam, lift up your eyes now the way toward the north, and behold northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said furthermore unto me, Son of Adam, see you what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Yashar'Al commits here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn yet again, and you shall see greater abominations. Oh, I remember this part. This is a wonderful look into the 6,000-year-old death cult that worships after Molech and Baal and all their secrets, the works that are done in the darkness that will be brought to light. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of Adam, dig now in the wall. And when I had dug in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in, and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went and saw, and behold, every form of creeping thing, and abominable beast, and all the idols of the house of Yashar'Al, portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Yashar'Al, and in the midst of them stood Yahu, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of Adam, have you seen what the ancients of the house of Yashar'Al do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagery. For they say, Yahuwah sees us not. Yahuwah has forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, Turn yet again, and you shall see the great abominations that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of Yahuwah's house, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
Oh man, part's hard.
Then said he unto me, Have you seen this, O son of Adam? Turn yet again, and you shall see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of Yahuwah's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of Yahuwah, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs towards the temple of Yahuwah, and their faces towards the east, and they worshiped the sun towards the east. Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Then he said unto me, Have you seen this, O son of Adam? Is it a light thing to the house of Yahudah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I also deal in fury, my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them. Chapter 9. He cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the esteem of the Elohai of Yasharal was gone up from the keruv whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahuwah said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark of upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. How many of us are doing that in these days, crying for the abominations that are being done?
Probably not very many.
The
Most
ones who
people will be
are,
like, oh yeah, that's so sad, it's so awful, but then go about with their day.
it's like a physical manifestation of being sealed in the forehead, marked, sealed in the forehead by the Ruach Hakodesh. And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the tav, or the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Judgment begins first at the house of Elohim, right? Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house, and he said unto them, Defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass, while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face and cried and said, Ah, Adonai Yahuwah, will you destroy Aleph Tav, all the remnant of Yasharal, in your pouring out of your fury upon Jerusalem? Then said he unto me, The iniquity of the house of Yashar'Al and Yahudah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say, Yahuwah has forsaken the earth, and Yahuwah sees not. And as for me also, my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as you have commanded me. Chapter 10. Then I looked, and behold, in the expanse that was above the head of the cherubim, there appeared over them as it were a sapphire stone, as the appearance of the likeness of a throne. And he spoke unto the man clothed in white linen, and said, Go in between the wheels, even under the cherub, and fill your hand with coals of fire from between the cherubim and scatter them over the city. And he went in my sight. Now the cherubim stood on the right side of the house when the man went in, and the cloud filled the inner court. Then the esteem of Yahuwah went up from the cherub and stood over the threshold of the house, and the house was filled with the cloud, and the court was full of the brightness of Yahuwah's esteem. And the sound of the cherubim's wings was heard even to the outer court, as the voice of El Shaddai when he speaks. And it came to pass that when he had commanded the man clothed with linen, saying, Take fire from between the wheels, from between the cherubim, then he went in and stood beside the Ophanim wheels. And one cherub stretched forth his hand from between the cherubim unto the fire that was between the cherubim, and took thereof, and put it into the hands of him that was clothed with linen, who took it and went out. And there appeared in the cherubim the form of a man's hand under their wings. And when I looked, behold, the four Ophanim, or wheels, by the cherubim, one Ophim wheel by one cherub, and another Ophim by another cherub. And the appearance of the Ophanim was as the color of a beryl stone. And as for their appearances, the four had one likeness, as if an open had been in the midst of an open. When they went upon their four sides. They turned not as they went, but to the place whither the head looked, they followed it. They turned not as they went. And the whole body, and the backs, and their hands, and their wings of the Ophanim were full of eyes round about it, even the Ophanim that they four had. As for the Ophanim, it was cried unto them in my hearing, O wheel, and every one had four faces. The first face was the face of a cherub, and the second face the face of a man, and the third face the face of a lion, and the fourth face the face of an eagle. And the cherubim were lifted up. This is the living creature that I saw by the river of the cherub. And when the cherubim went, the Ophanim went by them. And when the cherubim lifted up their wings to mount up from the earth, the same Ophanim also turned not from beside them. When they stood, these stood. And when they were lifted up, these lifted up themselves also. For the Ruach of the living creature was in them. Then the esteem of Yahuwah departed from off the threshold of the house and stood over the cherubim. And the cherubim lifted up their wings and mounted up from the earth in my sight. When they went out, the Ophanim also were beside them. And everyone stood at the door of the east gate of Yahuwah's house. And the esteem of the Elohai of Yasharal was over them above. This is the living creature that I saw under the Elohai of Yasharal by the river of Cherub. And I knew that they were cherubim. Everyone had four faces apiece, and everyone four wings, and the likeness of the hand of a man was under their wings, and the likeness of their face was the same face which I saw by the river of the cherub. Their appearances and themselves, they went everyone straight forward. So wild.
I don't even know what half those words mean.
Oh, so the only words that keep popping up are cherubim and wheels.
Is it really wheels, though?
That's how it's translated.
I know.
That's how it's written in the English translations, like a KJV.
Yeah.
But what it really
There's
is...
a lot of things written in the KJV that I don't trust, though.
Right, I agree. But there's also, like, a lot of the imageries in the throne room in Revelation. You have this face of a man, face of an eagle, face of a lion, and face of a ox.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we just had also here, right? Face of a cherub, face of a man, face of a lion, and the face of an eagle. Okay, so it has cherub instead of ox.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's also coming down to translation, because it seems awfully darn close. And there's some other things that we were reading back here that also seem awfully close, like angels taking coals and casting them to the earth, you know, and understanding what is spiritual language and what is, you know, real temporal flesh, because it's a vision in the Shemayim, right? He was caught up by his hair, by the Ruach, and he saw the throne.
Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know, can a temporal man see the throne and not be freaking in his heart? You know what I mean? Like, can the flesh really look upon the throne and not be in such awe that they die? Like,
Yeah, I feel like you have to be caught up in the spirit. That's why oftentimes I think when we have visions like this, it says, I was in the Ruach on the Adonai's day, right? Which
mm-hmm.
that is supposed to be, they try to teach you in the church that it's Sunday, but when you really understand it in context, it's the great and terrible day, the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
He was seeing all the things that were going to happen in the time of the judgment, the last days.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's definitely an intense chapter, Ezekiel chapter 10. Chapter 11. Moreover, the Ruach lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of Yahuwah's house, which looks eastward, and behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Yaazan Yahu the son of Azur, and Palat Yahu the son of Benayahu, princes of the people. Then said he unto me, Son of Adam, these are the men that devise mischief, and give wicked counsel in the city, which say, It is not near, let us build houses. This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh. Therefore prophesy against them. Prophesy, O son of Adam. And the Ruach Yahuwah fell upon me, and said unto me, Speak, thus says Yahuwah. Thus have ye said, O house of Yashar'Al, for I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them. Ye have multiplied your slain in the city, and you have filled the streets thereof with the slain. Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, your slain whom ye have laid in the midst of it, they are the flesh, and this city is the cauldron, but I will bring forth out of it. I will bring forth out of the midst of it. You have feared the sword, and I will bring the sword upon you, says Adonai Yahuwah. And I will bring you out of the midst thereof, and deliver you into the hands of strangers, and will execute judgment among you. You shall fall by the sword. I will judge you in the border of Yashar'Al, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. This city shall not be your cauldron, neither shall ye be the flesh in the midst thereof, but I will judge you in the border of Yashar'Al. And you shall know that I am Yahuwah, for you have not walked in my statutes, neither executed my judgments, but have done after the manners of the heathen that are round about you. Wow, there's a strong rebuke for the idolatry that is Christianity, and the idea that continually this idea that you don't have to keep statutes and obey, and
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's works righteousness, you've fallen from grace, and all this stuff that they teach. But the true context of Scripture is that it's all throughout continually the wrath falling upon the people due to their disobedience, to their idolatry, to going after strange Elohim, and all these pagan feast days that aren't his. Only they could see this. And it came to pass when I prophesied that Yahuah the son of Yahuah died. Then fell I down upon my face and cried with a loud voice and said, Ah, Adonai Yahuah, will you make a full end of Olive Tob, the remnant of Yashar'Al? Again the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, your brethren, even your brethren, the men of your kindred, and all the house of Yashar'Al, wholly or completely, are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get you far from Yahuah, unto us is the land given in possession. Therefore say, Thus says Adonai Yahuah, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. Therefore say, Thus says Adonai Yahuah, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you a land, the land of Yashar'Al, and they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new Ruach within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them a heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes, and guard my ordinances, and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And there it is again, just to back up what I was saying before, because how many times have you heard in Christianity they quote this, oh, he removes a heart of stone and gives you a heart of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Why? So you could just do whatever you want?
Right.
No, it says so that you will walk in his statutes and guard his ordinances.
Right. Why does he change your heart?
Yeah.
Exactly. Not just sit, they stop there. Oh, he changed my heart.
Mm-hmm.
To what?
Mm-hmm.
To do what? Continue in your sin? Then he didn't change your heart.
And they leave the context of the vision out because the prophet is saying, are you going to destroy all of them? Like, because you don't understand, they don't teach it in the context that this is said in order to preserve them from the destruction, or else they too would be destroyed like all the rest.
Yep. Right.
And that's what Besserai is. That's what good news is, or gospel, about being delivered. But as for them whose heart walks after the heart of the detestable things and their abominations, I will recompense their way upon their own heads. They're going to get what they deserve,
Yeah, you can't say that he changed your heart so that you could start celebrating Christmas and Easter and keep eating pork and shrimp.
Mm-hmm. That's right, honey.
Your heart's not changed if you don't change.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Then did the cherubim lift up their wings, and the Ophanim beside them, and the esteem of the Elohim of Yasharal was over them above, and the esteem of Yahuah went up from the midst of the city, and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city. Afterwards the Ruach took me up, and brought me in a vision by the Ruach Elohim into Kasdima, to them of the captivity. So the vision that I had seen went up from me. Then I spoke unto them of the captivity Aleph Tav, all the things that Yahuah had showed me. Chapter 12, the word of Yahuah also came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, you dwell in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Therefore, son of Adam, prepare your stuff for removing, and remove by day in their sight, and you shall remove from your place to another place in their sight. It may be they will consider, though they be a rebellious house. Then shall you bring forth your stuff by day in their sight, as stuff for removing, and you shall go forth at evening in their sight, as they that go forth into captivity. Dig you through the wall in their sight, and carry out thereby. In their sight shall you bear it upon your shoulders, and carry it forth in the twilight. You shall cover your face, that you see not the ground, for I have set you for a sign unto the house of Yashar'Al. And I did so as I was commanded. I brought forth my stuff by day, as stuff for captivity, and in the even I dug through the wall with my hand. I brought it forth in the twilight, and I bore it upon my shoulder in their sight. And in the dawning came the word of Yahuwah unto me, saying, Son of Adam, has not the house of Yasharal, the rebellious house, said unto you, What do you? Say you unto them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, this burden concerns the princes of Jerusalem and all the house of Yasharal that are among them. Say, I am your sign. Like as I have done, so shall it be done unto them. They shall remove and go into captivity, and the prince that is among them shall bear upon his shoulder in the twilight, and shall go forth. They shall dig through the walls to carry out thereby. He shall cover his face, that he sees not the ground with his eyes. My net also will I spread upon him, and he shall be taken in my snare. And I will bring him to Babel, to the land of the Kasdim. Yet shall he not see it, though he shall die there. And I will scatter toward every wind all that are about him to help him, and all his bands, and I will draw out the sword after them. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I shall scatter them among the nations, and disperse them in the countries. But I will leave a few of them from the sword, from the famine, and from the pestilence. There it is again. Sword, famine, pestilence.
Mm-hmm.
The first three seals. That they may declare all their abominations among the heathen whither they come, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of Adam, eat your bread with quaking, and drink your water with trembling, and with carefulness. And say unto the people of the land, Thus says Adonai, Yahuwah of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and of the land of Yashar'Al. They shall eat their bread with carefulness, and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. And the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste. This is coming. And the land shall be desolate, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. And the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Yashar'Al, saying, The days are prolonged, and every vision fails? Tell them, therefore, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no longer use it as a proverb in Yashar'Al, but say unto them, The days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, for there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Yashar'Al, for I am Yahuwah. Aleph Tav, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, says Adonai Yahuwah. Again the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of Adam, behold, they of the house of Yashar'Al say the vision that he sees is for many days to come, and he prophesies of the times that are afar off. Therefore say unto them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, says Adonai Yahuwah. Chapter 13. And the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, prophesy against the prophets of Yashar'Al, that prophesy, and say unto them the prophecy out of their own hearts. Hear ye the word of Yahuwah, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own Ruach, and have seen nothing. O Yashar'Al, your prophets are like the foxes in the desert. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge of the house of Yashar'Al to stand in the battle in the day of Yahuwah. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying Yahuwah says, and Yahuwah has not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Have you not seen a vain vision? And have you not spoken a lying divination? Whereas you say, Yahuwah says it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, because you have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, says Adonai Yahuwah. And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writings of the house of Yashar'Al, neither shall they enter into the land of Yashar'Al. And you shall know that I am Adonai Yahuwah. Even because they have seduced my people, saying, Shalom, and there is no shalom. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and stormy wind shall rend it. Floods, hailstones. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubling wherewith you have daubed it? Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, whirlwind. And there shall be an overflowing shower in my anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am Yahuwah. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that daubed it, to wit, the prophet of Yashar'Al, which prophesies concerning Jerusalem, and which sees the vision of Shalom for her, and there is no Shalom, says Adonai Yahuwah. Likewise, son of Adam, set your face against the daughters of your people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy against them, and say, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, woe to the woman that sews pillows to all armholes, and makes kerchiefs upon the head of every stature to hunt souls. Will you hunt the souls of my people, and will you save the souls alive that come unto you? And will you pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread, to slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that shall not live, by your lying to my people that hear your lies? Wherefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye that hunt the souls to make them fly, and I will tear them from your arms, and will let the souls go, even the souls that you hunt to make them fly. Your veils also will I tear, and deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall be no more in your hand to be hunted. And you shall know that I am Yahuwah, because with lies you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. Therefore ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, for I shall deliver my people out of your hand, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Amen.
Amen.
Wow. Well, that's an interesting part right there that was just talking about these women that tell people that they're saved and that there's shalom when there is no shalom. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
And it's likened to divination, which is like psychics and soothsayers and stuff, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There was some interesting thing
They're
in here
witches.
about the mortar that was used and about the pillows. So I wonder sometimes about how the translations of those words are. But there seems to be a deeper theme about people going and saying, "Thus says Yahuwah," when He didn't send them, and they're not even coming with the truth of His will, right? But their own vain imaginations and promising people things that they shouldn't. If people are being wicked, they should come out of their wickedness. You shouldn't give them false hope that everything's all right in their wickedness,
Right, and we see that a lot today, I think.
Yeah.
Even people who claim to be in the name are doing stuff like that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of false teachers. We could just basically sum it up with that, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even just matter so much that that one was specifically talking about a group of women, but there's also vast amounts of men that are wolves in sheep's clothing that are leading the children astray.
Yeah, but I'm also seeing a great surge of women who are doing it too, and straight up proclaiming, "Thus says Yahuwah," like
and publicly
on
and
TikTok.
with authority.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
over men.
Yep.
I know it can be a controversial topic for a lot of people, but it goes against scripture,
Yeah, there's even like prophesying and stuff like that. They may not be date setting and stuff like that, but they're saying, "Oh yes, this is end times," and I don't know. It's just I see it a lot, and I know the consequence for it back then was you got stoned to death.
Yeah, and not, I wouldn't deny that there is a such thing as a prophetess.
No, absolutely not.
We see this clearly in scripture, but there are issues with publicly making yourself an authority over men. So, and that's something that a lot of people don't want to hear. Okay. Well, shalom, shalom, mishpaka. Thank you for stopping by, and may Abba Baruk you and yours in Yahusha's name. Amen. By the power and will of Yahuwah, Yahusha, the Messiah, the Savior, the one who we love Him because He first loved us, right? Because while we were yet enemies at enmity with the Most High, He humbled Himself. He took on flesh. He took on the role of a servant. He lived a perfect, righteous, or Qadash life. He willingly laid His life down. No one took it from Him. He bore our iniquities on His body. He was crucified on a stake. He was in the tomb 3 days, and He rose again, right? In power, in sovereignty, in majesty, in all esteem. All esteem Yahusha. Yahusha comes in the name of the Father Yahuwah. Baruk is He who comes in the name of the Most High Adonai Yahuwah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and let us know how we can pray for you. Shalom.